We're not hearing a lot from Buckingham Palace, only that Queen Elizabeth's doctors are concerned for her health and that family members are on the way to her Scottish castle or have already arrived.
I haven't heard in previous instances where they've gone to see her, and she's a long way from London. She's about 500 miles from here in her Scottish home, Balmoral Castle. So certainly that news is pretty concerning.
Queen Elizabeth resting at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. Her doctors placed her under medical supervision earlier today due to concerns over Her Majesty's health. In recent months, her health has been on the decline.
The last time we saw the Queen was on Tuesday. She was meeting with the new Prime Minister, Liz Truss.
Just yesterday, you'll recall that she was forced to cancel a meeting with her Privy Council, the palace saying that after a full day on Tuesday, Her Majesty accepted doctors' advice to rest, adding that the 96-year-old did not go to the hospital.
The new Prime Minister made a statement in Commons saying, "My thoughts and the thoughts of people across the United Kingdom are with Her Majesty, the Queen, and her family at this time."
My understanding is that Prince Charles and Camilla are already at Balmoral, that the Duke of Cambridge is at Balmoral, that the Earl and Countess of Wessex are en route, that Princess Anne is there, that the Duke of York is en route, and that the Sussexes are en route.
Queen Elizabeth II's family is gathering around her at Balmoral Castle in Scotland after Buckingham Palace announced health concerns for the 96-year-old monarch.
A fleet of cars carrying Prince William, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward, and his wife Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, have arrived at Balmoral Castle, where Queen Elizabeth II is under medical supervision. Prince Charles, the heir to the throne, along with his wife Camilla and sister Princess Anne, were already in Scotland. They arrived earlier today.
Earlier this year, the Queen marking 70 years on the throne with public celebrations across the UK. Today, the public is gathering outside the gates of Buckingham Palace to show support for the Queen.
Scottish National Party leader Ian Blackford was addressing Parliament when the news came down.
We're saddened to hear the announcement that's been made, and the thoughts and prayers of all of us will be with Her Majesty the Queen.
We've been telling you about Queen Elizabeth's condition and that it was dire and that basically they were waiting for all the family to arrive before they made a public announcement. The Prime Minister alluded to this when they said that the news was going to be upsetting when the public found out. Well, they've just announced it and we've just found out. Queen Elizabeth has passed away, 96 years of age.
And we have just moments ago received the word in our 1010 Wins newsroom that Queen Elizabeth has died at the age of 96. As you know, earlier today we got the word from Buckingham Palace.
And this just in from Balmoral Castle in Scotland. Buckingham Palace says Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch, has died at the age of 96 after 70 years on the throne. A remarkable stretch of British history and world history, over which Queen Elizabeth was the British monarch.
We are just getting this news into the newsroom here that the announcement has been made that the Queen has died.
We've just learned from multiple sources that Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in British history, the longest reigning monarch in world history, has passed away. She was 96 years old. All members of the family had made it to Balmoral Palace, where the Queen was. We heard earlier today that she was resting, that doctors were concerned for her, and the family went to Balmoral Palace, Castle, I should say, in Scotland.
We've just gotten word that the Queen has died. She was 96 years old. That news just coming into our newsroom at KYW News Radio.
CNN has reported that Queen Elizabeth has died at the age of 96.
Buckingham Palace says Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch, has died at 96 years old. And she was spent 70 years on the throne. Her family has been gathering by her side all day, and there have been a lot of concerns about her health over the past month.
Queen Elizabeth has died. The longest-serving monarch in British history was 96. She ruled for more than 70 years. The Queen had been in declining health, and this morning Buckingham Palace issued a statement saying her doctors had concerns about Her Majesty's health. Members of the royal family were summoned to Balmoral Castle in Scotland, where the Queen had been staying. Queen Elizabeth was on the throne more than 70 years, a time of unprecedented change for the monarchy and for the world. Her reign spanned 13 American presidents and 15 British prime ministers. The flag atop Buckingham Palace now at half-staff.
Doctors had been expressing concerns about Her Majesty's health, 96 years old. Buckingham Palace had said that she was under medical supervision at Balmoral Castle in Scotland, her summer home. And then we started getting word of all the family members who were rushing over from the UK to Scotland to be at her side. Prince Charles and Camilla today dropping their other events, rushing over to be at her bedside. Prince William as well. Harry on the way too, though Meghan staying behind in London.
As Britain was coming out of the wreckage wrought by World War II, helping guide Great Britain from a world power to a partner in Western European security, as a United States ally during the Cold War and during the War on Terror.